Like welcome everybody back for the second day of Kwanzaa, man. k.B.Z, Umoja, that was the first day. So what I just said was, what's the news? Unity. I said k.B.Z, that means what's the news? And unity. And Umoja mean unity. Today, I'm going to greet y'all in proper terms. k.B.Z, Kuchi Takalia. What I just said was, what's the news? Self-determination. Which is my favorite day, the second day of Kwanzaa. Kuchi Takalia. To name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves instead of being named for, spoken for, and created for by others. That's deep. And the reason what makes it deep because we in a state of mind and we in a state of emergency to where we have been defined by another people. We have been defined by a power structure that be. This power structure does not, and I repeat, does not hold the best interest of what it means to be Al-Kibalanian descendants. And I say that because that's the original name for the continent of Africa. Now, we have been redefined by people that want to conquer us and enslave us. And they do the same thing with other world people, whether it be their own kind or not. These people don't care. That's why you have classism. That's why you have racism. That's how you have all this bull crap to create this harmony in life. But anyway, let's get to the point that we making with Umoja. It's important and imperative that we understand why it is important that we define ourselves, self-determination. Now check this out. Nowadays, if you ask what the black mean, they would tell you black mean evil. The black, watch out for the black cat, it's gonna give you bad luck. Black people is a cursed people, you know, descendants of Ham, and was meant to be the servants of the other tribes of Israel. They would tell you everything that it means to be black, that all in the negative, right? That's their definition of black. And then you got some people who run around, including black people. Hey, why would you call yourself black? It's a color. It's not even a race. Everybody else defined itself by the location of where they was at. Well, it started with us. The ancient Kemetans, which is Egyptians, were black people. They called their land Kemet. They called themselves Kamu. Kemet means land of the black. Kamu being people of the land of the black. The root word of Kemet and Kamu is Kam. Kam is the divine black. The symbol that represents Kam is a burnt block of wood, charred wood. But Kam represents the unadulterated energy / matter. That means energy before it takes on any shape. God. So they were saying they in the land of God and they are the people of the land of God. They are our God's people. So we called ourselves Kamu. Right? Black people. So people later on started calling us by the name that we called ourselves. They called him in Greek, Egyptos, burnt face. You feel me? Because we said we was black. Black is burnt. But it didn't have a negative connotation until somewhere later on down the line when another people conquered us and defined us. But if we knew our culture, we would know what black means when we relate to ourselves as black. We would know where it came from, the origins and everything. That's one point of the reason why it's so important that we recognize the meaning behind Kuchi Takalia. To create for ourselves. This got a lot to do with the images that we entertain, the belief and rationale that we put behind it, and the energy, which is the emotional force that we put behind the images and everything that we entertain, right? There's a whole lot of stuff going on behind the not just visualization. But here's the thing is, all right, I'm gonna give you an example of how it affected us. Before crack cocaine hit the black community in the 80s and 90s and partly of the 70s, right? and the government declared a war on drugs. What they did was play with your creativity, the images that you entertain, and suckers you into having the emotions behind it because based on your condition. So they did this. They put movies out like Dolomite, The Mac, all these type of movies that display how to use crack cocaine in the community, how to pimp your chicks and all that type of stuff, all this type of stuff to get you prepared for it. And they gradually place more and more images in front of you that represented how you supposed to respond as a dope dealer. So if you a poor person and you see this man, he pushing dope in the neighborhood, and all of a sudden he went from walking to riding Cadillacs, Benzes, Lexus, Jags, all these different things that represent the high maintenance of society. He got on the best type of furs, minks, all this type of stuff he got on. The first thing you gonna see, and you see that in behind that, he get all the women. The women love him. So you and vice versa. The girls love the man with the car. So vice versa, if you a kid and you seeing this stuff, even an adult, you seeing this stuff, dang. So you telling me pushing this stuff can make me on this status? You know what I'm saying? I can get the riches of life on this static. They just sold you an image. They sold you an image. They told you how they wanted the image to play out. Next you know, crack hit the neighborhood. Next you know, they declared war on drugs before crack even hit the neighborhood. But guess what? You weren't creating for yourself, so somebody else created for you. That's another reason why Coochie Chocolate is so important. You have organizations, and I'm saying this with intent, organizations, Crips, Blood, GDs, Vice Lords, all these groups was black organizations, black nationalist organizations to be exact. But guess what happened to them? Not all, because some of them still know what they is. They put images out there, colors, and all these other images out there to show people how they supposed to respond if they became a part of these organizations. So now the organization don't even recognize that they're a black nationalist organization and that they're supposed to be the other community and uplifting. Not about no hatred, us hating white people or anything. It's supposed to be about us propagating in a way that secures our neighborhoods and communities and allowed us to be acceptable to ourselves first and protected by ourselves first and benefit for ourselves first, as well as for those that live in our community, even if you have other ethnicities. Now, they told you that you was a gang banger. And all that stuff, the only thing mattered about that was some colors. Banging on wax and shit. They created for you. Everything that we know today as a people has been told to us by another people. Even when they put a black face on it, the black face have to perform in a way that they have told them to perform, because if not, they don't get the benefits that they want in life. So you got a lot of black leaders that sell out the people. Marcus Garvey said we don't have no people, no leaders, I mean, because the leaders that we do have is sellouts. For $1, forget black power. You know what I'm saying? For $1, forget the people in general. I'm going to perform. Why? Because you're dealing with a system that created for itself and then labeled you. So culture is everything, man. We need to know who we is to create for ourselves and name ourselves. We got to name ourselves again, man. We got names that don't represent who we are as a people. We got names that prove to us that we conquer because we representing the name of someone that want to oppress us. You still naming yourself these oppressive names. To you, now I ain't said, now some people say slave name. My man's hit me with a cold piece. He said it wasn't even a slave name, it was a free name because the people that you was naming yourself behind had freedom. Cool. But the people that you was naming yourself behind actually conquered you. Conquered their own people and conquered you and made you the last on the totem pole to get the benefits that a people supposed to get. That's deep, ain't it? They got a whole structure involved that tells and defines everybody. You go to Webster Dictionary and it defines everything for you. Where is the African World Dictionary? How come the most potent, the most effective African terms and names are not in these dictionaries? Because it don't represent the people of African descent. How come the most potent Inca, Maya, Aztec information and names are not in them? Because it don't represent the Inca, Maya, Aztec culture, Chinese culture, none of that. So that means that somebody had to turn around and define some stuff. Somebody had to create some dictionaries and stuff that say, this is who we are. Somebody had to reach out in the community and say, listen, I see that we are broken. So let's create a scenario, a ground where we can be beneficial. We got to create it because we are creators. We gods. We stand on the shoulders of gods and goddesses. They told us our women. Man, they made us anti-woman, bro. Anti-woman, do you know, in our system, it was a balance. If you had a term that was called God, it was a term that was called goddess. Equally yoked. Ours was mother, father, son. You couldn't have one without the other. We didn't let patriotic society pull our goddesses or queen aspects out of the equation, bro. But they know the truth. And they look at y'all science now. The woman is the keepers of our tradition, man. They pass on the genetic makeup. The kingdom is established through the woman. She passes on the bloodline, man. She got the oldest DNA. When they want to find out your history and where you come from, they go through the mitochondrial DNA, the DNA of the woman, to trace your history back to where you come from. Our people said that in order to sit on the throne as a king, you had to marry a queen. When they conquered us, they married our queens to sit on the throne. And then snatched her birthright of being a throne that a man sits upon. And then demonized the queen attribute, the goddess attribute. So your spiritual system is out of whack because you ain't no balance. You don't got no balance. You don't even see the feminine principles and the masculine principles as a whole cycle. It's time to get back to that. And I got more to say, but I'm going to cut this short because my emoji bill was too long to put on Facebook and all that other type of stuff. But it's on YouTube. You can catch it, man. But I wanted to say that this creativity, man, to name for ourselves, speak for ourselves, we got to speak up. A person can't tell me that the word I created ain't a word that another people created, man. And to speak on our own behalf, not from, hold on, because I can't end this yet. To speak on our own behalf, not on the behalf of a people. For example, again, when white people, and I ain't downgrading white people, this is a beautiful thing that they did, and we need to pick up that attribute. When they seen that their youth was in gangs, they didn't say these are fucked up people. They said these are misguided youth, and they put them in position. They put them in position to be better at what they do. They put them in position, okay, y'all rah-rahed up and all that type of stuff. Let me put you in a position where you can learn about how to perfect your aggression. How to let it out without being considered criminal. Even though it is criminal. Some of it is criminal because it's unjustified aggression. You know what I'm saying? It's unjustified aggression. So that's criminal. But anyway, we need to start looking at our youth the same way. They misguided. Troublemakers in our community are misguided. And say he might be 60 years old, but he still got a youthful mind. So he's a misguided youth. We got to start seeing our people, as us. So, and we got to start speaking on behalf of our people. You speak out against racism, you have non-racist white people stepping up to the plate saying, oh, no, we're not racist. Why? Because they recognize you talking about they people. You talking about they misguided youth. You don't hear them, when we speak up about ourselves, they say, oh, you got black on black crime. Y'all need to stop that first. But they don't talk about white on white crime. It happens all the time. 2 European nations just went at each other. Ukraine and Russia. Ain't now one of the motherfuckers, except for me, said we need to end white on white crime. But that's another topic. But anyway, like I said, man, self-determination, man, we need to define ourselves. Man, love is love, man. And I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And again, it's the second day of Kwanzaa, so we need to start speaking for ourselves and putting these things in play, man. One life. Nope. Let me take that back. One love, many lives, one nation, one struggle. This is more than one life. I believe that. My people taught that. And I believe what my people believe. So, we'll be back tomorrow with another attribute of what Kwanzaa represents to us as a people. This is just my build on it, take on it. Any flaws in here, any mistakes in here, it's on me. But this is how I feel and how I believe. I got a lot of growing to do. And I love y'all. Peace, man. I'll see y'all as I can. Salute.